大家好，我是 Siran 在中国. Hey everyone, it's Siran in China. How y'all doing today? I hope you're having a lovely day. I'm having a great day, but it is hot. It is about 33 degrees outside here. As you can see, I'm pouring sweat. I'm out cycling. I've got my helmet on, got the headphones, the gloves. So right here where I'm sitting in the shade with a slight breeze with the humidity, about 36 degrees. Out there in the dead-on sun, we're looking at about 40. So it's hot. But as I've just moved to this new neighborhood, before I start heading off on high-speed trains and looking around at different cities and different places, I thought I'd start sharing with you a little of my own neighborhood because I'm no longer in Shenzhen. Shenzhen is the big modern city. I've lived in the downtown core for a very long time, about 15 years. I lived in other areas, including Bao'an in the factory district. But now we live in a smaller city, only 6 million people. In China, that's a smaller city. It is a tier 2 city, and it's a completely different world. So what I like to do in my time off is to hop on my little bicycle and head out to see what I can find. So I'm about 2 kilometers away from home now, and I found this public square, public area. Of course, it's the middle of the afternoon. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon right now. It is the height of the heat of the day, so there aren't going to be many people around. But I thought I would show, well, other than crazy old me, I thought I'd show you just what you can find here and the contrast. Let me flip the camera and show you what I'm seeing. All right, so right now I'm sitting in this little area that I found right off the public square. I'll show you that in a minute. That has ping pong tables. Ping pong tables here in the shade, in the shady area. You know, there are ping pong tables all over here. And if we head over here, here is my trusty steed. I tell you, those little electric scooters and motorcycles are so cheap here. I could buy one for less than I bought this baby for. But I gotta tell you, I do love riding my bicycle. But if we were to come over here and I were to pop up on this ledge, you'll see, lo and behold, more ping pong tables. Love it. So there's at least I don't know, altogether maybe just about a dozen ping pong tables out here. Again, there's no charge to use any of these things. They're here freely available for the people. There are benches nearby. They're beautiful places to hang out in the shade. Though in the heat like this, you're probably not going to see much. But let's go over here and take a look. Oh, let me pause my workout. It is a workout day, my friends. I was at the gym for 2 hours this morning. And now, as opposed to sitting at home doing nothing, since I am retired, I have the ability to spend my leisure time in more fun ways. I decided to come do some of this. Let's see if I can get a shady spot for the camera. This is what's called a Nongming Chun, a farmer's village. So these houses are old. If you look at some of the construction, the roofing tiles, things like that, these places have been around for a very, very long time. And they're very, very interesting. If we look down here, you'll see there's a little area where people come to pray and burn their incense. But even though the rest of the city has sprung up around it, this area still remains in its original glory. And I mean, look over here. This is the gate to somebody's property. Those beautiful orange tiles, I love them. So just off to the side of the square is a little Nongming Chun, and there's been so much construction in past decade that these places are safe now. There won't be any new construction here. People have gardens here. And these old style homes, I personally would have loved to have purchased one of these old style homes. And the wife and I may yet. It's harder to purchase these type of homes as you do technically need to be from that village to be able to purchase or develop on this land in order to protect this land. Otherwise, you've got to live in the big apartments off to the side there. But now that I know where this place is, and I do believe that I can just come in along this road here on my bicycle, I will do a full video exploring this village that I just found today. But let me show you what actually brought me here today. Oh, as soon as I get back into that shade, it feels so good. It is so hot. Okay, beautifully landscaped. The bushes are trimmed. You see, there's no people here right now. You'd think that this was a dead area, but once the sun goes down after dinner, it's going to be a different story. Benches everywhere, places for people to sit, people to relax. I love it. So now we're coming to the square. And here in the square, meow, this is a very typical in most neighborhoods in China, where they'll just have these huge open areas where they'll do performances, they'll do dancing, they'll do exercises, all sorts of things. And they've got this big stage set up over here. I suppose for big community activities, they could rent that, set up lighting and speakers, and put on big shows. There is construction going on right next door. And just yonder beyond that crane is the neighborhood stadium, which I also plan on going and checking out today. But as you can see, it's just this huge, huge open area. And often in these type of squares, they'll have things like this, where this would be a historical reference of the area of Huiyang, showing some of the famous people who left their mark on this neighborhood. It's beautiful. I love this kind of stuff. You know, back home in Canada, you'd find places like this and they'd be covered in graffiti. They would be trashed, right? And then all along, up and down, we've got these little circular type of information booths. We've got this older gentleman here who's out fishing today or doing something, and he's just having some tea. They've got information here. I can't read it, but obviously it's talking about this zither here, so probably musicians and people move and come and visit here. Now, as you can see, my bicycle's way back over there. It's not locked up. I don't care. It is not going to be stolen. Trash and recycling containers everywhere in China. That's why, look at this place. Where's all the trash on the ground? There are leaves, but no trash. Now, over here, very conveniently with a ramp coming down for public vehicles and for senior citizens, wheelchairs, etc., we have this little area, which is the public bathrooms. This is where the maintenance staff for this area will actually probably live. And then down there at the end, there are public bathrooms. I'm not going to go all the way down. I don't need to use the washroom. And I feel weird filming in public bathrooms anyway, as anybody should. But yeah. So yes, I can see further down the road over here that road does enter the Nongmingchun, so I should be able to go. You know what? I'm going to go down there. I'm going to go down there and have a look. Like I said, I know my bicycle is perfectly fine. There are cameras everywhere, so if somebody did get the idea to steal it, well, power to them. The police would find them. But I'm going to come down here and show you what we got going on. Why not? I'm all hot and sweaty anyway. Maintenance dude putting a new reel on his weed whacker, as we call them. So yeah, partially these are homes, offices for the park staff. And then the final two locations, as are printed out in English. Restrooms, the men's room and the women's room, the ladies' room. So even here in the middle of nowhere, they have put English on the signs. Lovely. If I come over here, yes, I can exit into the Nongmingchun. I could go in here today, but I will come back when I have my GoPro. Yeah, this little road will lead you in to the village, and it looks like it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. So look forward to that in an upcoming video. So now instead of taking the ramp on the other side, I'll come up the stairs here. So yeah, even if you were out doing some exercise, socializing, visiting, you'd have a public toilet to go and relieve yourself. And again, very nice area for people to come and meet in the shade, chat, hang out. Once again, recycling is very important in a country with 1.4 billion people. So they do have recycling and trash everywhere. We have hazardous waste, recyclable food waste, and residual waste being everything else. And yeah, there we go. Brilliant. Like I said, one thing I so much love about China, and I say this in a lot of my videos, benches. The Chinese government, when they design these parks, they put benches everywhere. When it comes to parks in Canada, they really just don't. And I don't understand why. I'm an old guy. I'm in relatively decent shape, but I'm no spring chicken. I do enjoy sitting down on a bench from time to time. It'll be interesting to see what they're building on the other side. I don't think it's a great big building, as the signage around the project shows families walking, a pagoda, and trees and such, so it's likely a park. That would fit the theme with the stadium being right on the other side. But yeah, what a glorious day. I am sweating like a madman, but that's okay. That's okay. One of the things that you can just find on a daily basis here in South China. Hot, but beautiful. And there we go. My bicycle is still sitting over there. This old gent here was obviously guarding it for me from all the thieves and crooks and bad people that those naysayers online would have you believe that just don't exist. And there we go. So what a great adventure this has turned out to be so far. Let me tell you why. I know. A lot of people are going to say, oh boy, you found an empty square with no people in it and ping pong tables with no ping pongers. Big deal. Well, for me, it is a big deal. This is exactly the kind of thing that I look for, where, in my neighborhood. I love it. This is our home. We have purchased our home here. I'm retired now, and I plan on being retired for a lot more years. And it's exactly these kind of places that, pardon me while I sweat to death, are important to me. Places where I can come get outside, get some fresh air, get some sunshine. Eventually, I will get to know people around here. We'll get up and meet and play cards. I'm hoping somebody will eventually teach me how to play mahjong. But yeah, this is exactly what I want. And what a great day. Not only did I find this square and this little park, but I also found, like I said, this Nongmingchun, this farmer's village just over there. And I have my mount on my bike, but I didn't bring my GoPro. But I'll save that for another trip. Like I said, I have done a lot of exercise today already. Got to keep in shape as I get older. But yeah, I will get my GoPro or my action camera. It's actually a DJI. the Action Cam 4. It's fantastic. And I'll throw that on the bike and we'll go explore the Nongmingchun in the next video or some video in the near future. But for now, I'm going to sign off and get back on my bike because I'm sweating like crazy right now because I'm walking around slowly. But once I'm on the bike, that breeze going past me is very cooling and refreshing, and that's where I need to be. So take care. Thank you as always for joining me, everyone. And hey, do a guy a favor. I'm trying to get this channel up to 1,000 subscribers, and you can help. All you've got to do is hit that subscribe button below. And if you like these kind of videos and traveling around China and me showing you real life in China, not the bullshit that they talk about through the mass media, throw a guy a thumbs up. It helps a lot, and I'd really appreciate it. Anyhow, I'm dying over here. I'm going to go get on my bike and cool down. Dai Jen.